Hey, let's talk about some VA loans. In my opinion, the single best loan product out there because it is 100% financing with no mortgage insurance, which is pretty amazing. Now, if you're retired or active military, there's a good chance you're going to be eligible for the VA loan. For your credit score, the lender wants to see a minimum of 580. Some lenders require a slightly higher score, 620 or 640. But if you're in that in-between area, not a big deal. Plenty of lenders out there will work with you. So that 100% with no mortgage insurance is awesome. They do charge you a funding fee, but that funding fee gets rolled into the loan. And the good news is, if it's your first VA loan or if you're retired with enough disability, that fee could actually be reduced or waived entirely, which is pretty cool. Now, the loan limit for a VA is in the upper 400s, and if the house exceeds that amount, you just have to put down 20% of the difference. So you can still buy a luxury home with a VA loan, and it's all good. Now, let me mention, they don't all have to be mansions and high-end, because you can also get a double wide with your VA loan. There might be some additional inspections on the foundation to make sure it qualifies, but it can be done. Some lenders don't actually finance double wides at all, regardless of loan type. So if you're considering that as one of your options, I would make sure your lender, before you get too far in, will work with you on the double wides. Now, as far as the condition goes, the house itself needs to be in livable condition. Livable just means that the home is in good repair. It doesn't matter if it's dated with the avocado green or the harvest gold bathrooms. Heck, it can have shag carpet and hot pink walls, doesn't matter. If the house is livable, it's good to go. Things that disqualify the home from a VA loan are simple things like peeling paint on the exterior, if the roof is in bad shape and needs to be replaced, if there's any other structural issues. It's going to have working heat and working air conditioning, because it does get over 100 and that's considered essential here. The range has to work, the oven has to work, the hot water has to work. And then one last thing I'm going to note is it has to have a clear CO 100 letter. If you're not from the southeast, that's a fancy name for a clear termite, wood destroying pest, and fungi report. If it has termites or any other wood destroying pest issues like that, it's going to fail. Can't get it. Seller's going to have to make repairs prior to closing. However, in a market like this, it's fairly common to have a VA loan, so oftentimes the seller is willing to consider doing any reasonable repairs, because if it's not for you, guess what? They're probably going to have to do it for the next buyer anyway. So that kind of covers who's eligible and what the house has to be like to be eligible. Oh, let me throw in this. If there's any exterior buildings, because we've had this trip up some people. Exterior buildings also need a clear CO 100. If there's a detached garage, if there's a dilapidated old barn, guess what? They have to be inspected as well for that clear CO 100. Make sure the termite company does it on the first pass out, or they're going to have to go back again. If for some reason there's a structure that's dilapidated, it may have to actually be torn down prior to closing. So if you're counting on that as part of your property value, and this is only if the appraiser mentions those. If the appraiser doesn't actually mention those buildings, they don't need the clear CO 100, but usually any exterior buildings come up in the appraisal as well. So if you have any questions that I didn't cover, ask it in the comments below and I will answer. I will also, below, I'm going to link for anyone who's interested, a VA loan guideline that you can download, as well as I will link an application if you want to go ahead and see if you're eligible and get qualified for your VA loan. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe for me. We try to put out good content. We'll have other videos. Check those out. See if any of them are going to be relatable to your home search or your sale. Thank you guys for watching.